Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for some NRL. It's pre-season.
Pre-season NRL.
Hey, you never know what's going to happen, do you?
We're just coming off a week of high 20s degrees, early 30s, and we're getting into pre-season rugby league. Crazy. Hey?
The Warriors.
Hey?
They'll be excited for this one, won't they?
Well, they start every season full of hope.
They
So,
do.
hey, like all the supporters, let's hope they go good.
They've got a lot of changes for this match. Of course, some of their main players won't be playing in this pre-season. I guess this is a good chance for everyone to test out what they've got in their stock department, see who's going to get their big breakout.
Certainly
Looking forward to seeing
Are
them.
they allowed to use all those interchange?
They are, yep.
25-man squad. Wow.
Similar to what we've got for Super Rugby pre-season. They can actually, I think they've gone with 32-man sides.
Wow.
And they're changing the whole side at halftime. Not this one, though. They'll be making plenty of changes, though. I think it would be rolling subs, I want to say.
Yep, could be.
Get them on, get them off. That sounds bad, me saying get them off when they are now showing the female referee, Belinda Sharp, of course, in charge of this one, alongside Tamarua Parkinson on the sideline for this game. Hello, lad, says Ed. Welcome in. Renshaw Golden Duck in the Australia versus India matchup. That's not ideal.
Right, kickoff time.
Kickoff time.
Season's underway.
It's gone long. Oh, she's almost going to be a crossbar hit for the start of this one, and a big, strong run forward from Bunty Fire.
What do you got? 5 in the tackle.
Oh, he's a big man, Fire.
5 in the tackle.
You got to make sure you got him.
Just in case.
Nice run from Ali. New Zealand Warriors, of course, they start the season, like you said, full of hope each year.
Yep.
Everyone says this is our year this time, but they've got a good squad, a young side this year, including that man, Freddie Lusick, second season at the moment for the Warriors. Nice bit of ground made here from the Warriors to start us off.
They're going to run up to the 40, 45 metres. Hey, that's not a bad opening set.
And shout out to the true loyal Warriors fans, win or lose. And there's actually not a lot of them, to be fair. A lot of people do drop off the Warriors train, and then when they win a game, everyone's like, yeah, back them from the start, but they don't really mean it, do they?
They're hard to watch, though, because
they can be, and it's not their fault.
They can be absolutely brilliant and then absolutely crap. But
and that's not mentioning the refereeing that comes into play sometimes as well.
That's no different to any Kiwi team that goes over and plays an Australian competition.
Charlie Staines.
You're never, ever going to get the rub of the green over there. That was a good offload.
It's a very nice offload from Charlie Staines. He's an explosive player. I believe he got a chance at the Panthers a while ago, Staines, and then decided, well, their backline's stacked enough. Give me an opportunity somewhere else.
Yep.
Which is fair enough, because they have got a lot of players, don't they, the Panthers?
They have. Yep.
Kicked in behind from Simpkin. It sits up nicely, though, for the Warriors. 20 metres out from their own line here. In fact, it's only 10.
Yeah, that was a bit soft by the Tigers, actually, that sort of ending. They sort of
just gave it away.
Well, there's the first drop. There's the first drop of the Warriors season. 2 minutes into it.
Not ideal. Let's go. Says CP18. Here's Dad. It is indeed. The first time you've been on a live stream since, I want to say, State of Origin. Or maybe one of the test matches.
Yeah.
We squeezed you in for some.
I think we snuck in a bit of cricket in between times, but yeah, certainly we will.
Rugby-wise, I think it's almost been 9 months or so.
Could be. Yeah.
It's a wee while, isn't it?
All right.
Some would think you don't like doing this.
Well, just busy. Just busy. All right. And to be fair, some of the rugby was quite hard to watch too. All right.
A lot of start-stop. Of course, a lot of people favour the scrum in rugby league a lot quicker. Gets it in, gets it out.
Yep.
Easy peasy. Nice
well, it's only designed to open up a bit of space, basically. Get a dozen people in one little area of the field, there should be some space somewhere else.
A bit of aggressiveness there from the Warriors number 12, Sifakula. Big run from, this is a name, Utoi Kamanu, I believe it is.
Really?
Yep, something like that. He's a unit, though, the number 8 for the Tigers. Now backline, Staines gets it.
That's a good spot tackle with number 3, whoever that was.
Williami. There's either an I in there somewhere or there's not. Now Barry's Ross to the left.
Rushed up out of the line, so
Oh, there's a bit of rush from the Warriors there as well. That should be knocked on, I believe, from Junior Tupou.
That's a hell of a bounce. Right? Run along the
Balls.
ground and then it went up about 8 feet in the air.
Well and truly pumped up ball, isn't it? We should mention that they said before this game that all in attendance are Warriors members. So that's quite cool. Hopefully they've got a decent enough attendance and it encourages more people to give it a crack. I actually have a pair of Warriors shorts.
You do?
Yeah, they're bloody short.
Yep.
Like, if you didn't have your under jocks or underwear on,
I don't think we need to get out of that line, do we?
I don't know.
That's a big tackle.
Ball might hang out. Lusick. 32 metres out from the line of the Warriors. Now, I remember the last Warriors game we covered. It was actually the Raiders game. Me and George did it. Came right down to the wire. Warriors lost.
Of course they did.
Yeah, even though most of the game it looked like they had a real good chance of winning. Yep. And unfortunately, throughout that first half when they scored a few quick tries.
That's a great kick down into the corner.
40-20?
Not quite, I think.
Not quite.
I think it was up around the halfway, I think.
But yeah, it was a game that was a great start for the Warriors. And we were like, ooh, is this gonna be the game? And then it just went downhill.
Yeah.
Tigers 10 metres out.
Aye. I put him into the corner for a line out, and the bloody line out never happened. Aye.
And when does the actual season start? NRL, I believe we're 2 weeks away. So we've got 2 weeks of preseason. And then I want to say the week after that is when it starts, unless they wait a week and then go in. I'd assume that they're just straight into it, though.
I think so, yeah.
In fact, we'll see exactly what the schedule sits out. I believe it actually starts at a very similar time to Super Rugby. In fact, almost maybe the same weekend.
Basically the same weekend, I think.
Charlie Staines again, running hard. Tupou looks like he's breathing hard at the moment.
Well, we'll be blowing a bit already. Right?
Yeah, because
you can do as much sort of pre-season training as you like and all the rest of it. As soon as you get into game day, game situation,
that's out on the full.
Good pressure by the Warriors.
Tigers, he kind of looks like a Benji 2.0.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, I thought the same thing earlier. Right? What's Benji been up to with the Tigers?
And where's the game, says Paul? You can catch it either on KO or Sky if you are in New Zealand or Australia. They're your two best bets. But other than that, they don't actually have anywhere that you can watch these games for free that I know of. Although I would have liked to see the preseason games be available free to air. Just because then you at least entice people into thinking about signing up for some sort of season pass. Okay, so it's actually the week after.
Here's a good move.
Nice run down the wing. Montoya just manages to stay in the field of play.
That's
6 again. Horrible kick, says Ed Vogel. And bugger thanks, says Paul. So, yeah, I wish there was a way. Like, they all have their own social media channels. So, surely one of them can pick up some licensing. But I guess if Sky's paid for it, then they'll be like, no one else can have this. This is ours.
That's it.
Another big run forward.
Righto. Good chance here for the Warriors to strike early. 10 metres out.
Lusick goes short ball.
That's a good run.
Number 10 cutting down some of those 10 metres.
Although in league, sometimes being a metre out is actually sort of
it's challenging
against you, isn't it? Because you haven't actually got. Oh, he's done well to hang on to that.
Juggle. Lusick again.
To be fair, he had a great big fella monstering him, though.
Ale. 5 metres out. Fourth for the Warriors. Now it's opening up. One more. Oh, he's dropped a Montoya. It's gone through his hands. He saw the corner and said, this is mine. First one of the season, and he blows it.
He's a true warrior. There's the goal line. Where's the ball?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got to catch it first before you can score.
If they're going to catch like that, they're going to have to pay Manu Vatavai's bail, get him back out on the field, aren't they? Is that man actually in a prison cell or is he in home detention?
I probably got home detention. The prisons are full. You can't ship any shit if you're locked up.
I think that's the point. 8 minutes and the Warriors, good chance. Just missing out.
That's why he was always smiling, wasn't it?
Because he was
clearly.
And from Sama says, Pauletta, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. And what matches are you streaming this weekend? We've got the Six Nations. We might even have a little bit of the other NRL games and maybe some Super Rugby preseason if they're showing it on Sky. And hey, guys, says over a little bit earlier on. Nice haircut, Hamish. Thank you very much. It's a lot shorter now.
He got ready. Yeah, he tried to force that.
And it's a lot easier to deal with when it's short, I can tell you that. And first time listener, day one Warriors supporter. So you've gone through a lot of stress. That's pretty much what you've told me right there. But sticking with them thick and thin, definitely admirable.
And certainly got mental health covered. Like we said earlier, they can be absolutely brilliant and then they can be absolutely poor. But all they're going to do is just keep it going and just be at that either one level or and they go right. And they've had some good seasons, the Warriors. And they've had some great players over the years. They're just, they just have those wee moments when, if anything can go badly, they seem to make it happen. Yeah.
The pants are gone down.
Uh-oh.
Now, Metcalf. One more to R4. This is looking better, right? He's caught the ball down the wing now. This is a one-on-one chance. He's in. Montoya gets the ball down and the Warriors strike first at Mount Smart Stadium.
Whoop, whoop.
Tell you what, that's an impressive one.
He's actually quite dangerous. He gets the ball in his hand.
You just got to hang on to it. And tell you what, try time.
Yeah.
He got size to him, doesn't he? He's a solid fella. Montoya, I always think of Argentines because of Julio Montoya. Although they say that like Montoya. Nice backline, though. Skip pass. That led to the space. Weak defense from Benji 2.0.
Yeah, it was a bit soft, wasn't it?
Let him go straight through.
Yeah.
I think he was worried he was going to get just steamrolled. So he's like, I'm good. It's preseason. Went a bit high too, didn't he?
Yeah, ball on the wrong arm, but never mind. We'll let him away with it. First points to the Warriors.
And Warriors, some things never change with that team, says Linux. Adam Money was last seen swimming in the Pacific looking for his drop, says Ovi. Dane Costa retire next year. Didn't see that coming. Who else do you think will retire next year? After the World Cup, I think they're going to lose quite a few players.
Yeah, Brody Retallick, he's already end of the year.
Whitelock, he might have 1 or 2 more seasons. Sam Kane should. Just unfortunately, it's come to that time. Professional rugby, that is at international level. But I'd say provincial, give him still some time.
Yeah, he might get some more provincial stuff, but yeah.
And it comes with the jersey, right, boys? Says Shade. And there it does. The winning and the losing, the big moments and the little ones.
I think next year's All Blacks team could be a totally new team. You've already got Aaron Smith, Bowden Barrett, committed to going over to Japan now.
Moonga as well.
So that'll be a...
Ooh. No. Okay.
Feel it.
First kick's missed.
That'll be a big call for the Highlanders, basically, with Aaron Smith going. But but in saying that, young Fakatava from last year, whether he's still there or not.
I didn't realize you were going to say Fakatava, and I thought you were just going to say young. I was wondering who you were referring to. Yeah. And if me dead dad says Sets Distracted Sports Beauty. Yeah. First one in a while. Happy to be back. Look at the smile.
Yeah, loving it. Hey, the Warriors are up.
Misconversion, though, unfortunately, which it's a little bit concerning.
Yes, I had a help like that in the weekend, actually, at golfs, but that didn't end that well either.
No. Or another big run from our fire. And also, rugby sucks, says Mike. So which sport would you prefer, Mike? Are you a cricket guy? Or what else? We got golf, tennis.
Another penalty to the Warriors.
Maybe badminton. Another penalty.
Another penalty.
Nice one.
Yep.
That's what we like.
This lady might be all right yet.
And also the best thing about the start was keeping them out with a full set on our line.
Yes.
Said Distracted Sports.
Yep.
Looking promising.
Yeah, that was actually quite big there because the Tigers showed a bit of promise on attack and then they just sort of lost it a wee bit on the last tackle, which was, I suppose, early season stuff. They'll get that fine-tuned before too long, I would imagine.
Yeah. So the season's actually 21 days away. So I believe
3 weeks.
Yeah. So we got pre-season this weekend, pre-season, and then a gap, and then boom.
Yeah, because they're always about a week behind the rugby, which is always sort of, you think strike while the iron's hot type thing, but they let rugby get that first weekend, and then league starts up, which.
That's a rough pass. A great hands. Here comes Montoya down. He's been clattered. It's been sat down.
Nah, it was only half high.
He almost got him under the ears, didn't he?
No, almost under the ears.
Another big
The
run.
threshold for league seems to be a lot higher, though,
Short ball straight through. It's another one. Right, now I don't want to get too hopeful because this is exactly how the game up against the Raiders went. But this is a good start. Another try. Jackson Ford gets himself the try.
That was a beautifully set up try. Just run through into a hole.
Who does he look like from the side when he was smiling there?
In fact, he was nearly running that fast when he went through the line.
He almost couldn't stop.
That he almost run over the dead ball line before he could get the turn going.
That's just a stock standard first receiver ball, isn't it? That's
in fact, the only one that had a chance of tackling him was the referee.
That's not great from the Tigers, unfortunately. Just leaving that gap.
You got to man up a lot better than that on defense.
I think that was Tommy Talau and Wakeham. So Wakeham involved in both.
He's going to have to wake himself up, isn't he?
And also number 3, who's he? Looks class. Number 3 is Braden Williami, I believe it is. And also Warriors will lead until the last 20 minutes, says Obi. And hi, says Amelia. Welcome in.
He's watched the Warriors before.
You mean the last 2 minutes, says Shade. Please don't be like that this year.
Come on, the Warriors.
And League Mate, that's why I'm watching. Apologies, I should have said Union. I see. Also, you would have been quite a fan of the Rugby League World Cup when it was happening. I'm glad that I followed the Rugby League World Cup.
Yep.
Because, I've been liking League. It's just I've never found the overlap between it and Rugby Union just because they try so hard to have matches on at the exact same time, which sucks.
Well, I suppose.
But then you got to squeeze them, don't you?
Yeah.
So it's tricky for them. Any visuals, lads? Sadly not. I hope that they will have the highlights. Actually, they will on the NRL website, but sadly, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets you taken straight off YouTube, which sucks. Because
any consolation, we get to see it.
I don't think that makes them feel any better.
Okay.
But yeah, I actually saw that there are people who react to TV series, right? And they show little snippets, yet don't get copyrighted. So it seems to be like a double-edged sword, how some people can get away with it. But I know that as soon as I show anything...
Big money in sport.
Boom. Down she goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Rather than a TV show or something, sports, you got your big broadcasters.
Sports, you got your big advertising, your big broadcasting, your big TV rights. TV series will show up 50 times on various different things.
And highlights of it as well.
Yep.
And also there's Jakey...
trailers, they call them.
Jakey Laban. Just have a look through. Yep. Number 17 on the interchange. He does make his way in there.
Jacob, yep.
And giving up on the green screen name. She's distracted only for this layout because my other setup that I've got, I have to actually crawl underneath a table to get to. And there's not a lot of space there. So for these ones, we always go with just the curtain behind because it's not the worst background we could ever have. It doesn't look terrible, but for the next one, it will be, behind. I did a highlights reaction package and got away with it. Got around 20K views, so I was flopping out there for trouble. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes the better the video does, the worse it can actually impact you. Because the more people who see it, the more chance that it gets put somewhere that gives someone with power a chance to see what's up.
Yep.
Nicely done by
so
Charlie
the Warriors
Staines.
are still muscling up on defence, which is good.
Big blow of the whistle.
Right, first penalty though.
Couple on the left, offside.
Up too quick, so yeah.
And he's watching the game or not, says Madate. Yeah, it is down over there. Penalty to the Warriors. Just goes
that's a good kick.
Into touch.
Right.
And one more trip to Phantom tomorrow. Hopefully I don't get a repeat of what happened on Tuesday. And also we have got there Nice Tell Us if he jumps on at all. I'll listen out, lads. Says Mayday. Do you know him personally, or is it just the case of he's the player who you think's going to have a big season? Because sometimes we do get people jumping in who are like, I know this guy, or he's my cousin, or he's my went to high school with him.
Righto.
This looks dangerous though.
Here's Warriors time. Yep.
Going off to the right.
Attacking 5 meters out.
Charlie Staines. One more great tackle. Just stops him there. Williami again.
He only needed half a roll there.
Tigers, they've got numbers here, but that was a terrible... Oh, he's kicked him in the head. That was almost a kick in the head as well, but it's going to sit up. The Tigers, I believe they're going to have to check this one, but safe.
He may have scored.
What just happened? Fella got almost booted in the skull. He did dive his head there, but then...
Yeah, the Warriors guy decided at the last minute, it goes a loose pass. So then the Warriors guy decided at the last minute, I might have a fly kick of that, just as the Tigers guy was deciding that I might dive on that. Here it comes. Loose pass.
Kick.
He's
kicked the ball straight into his face. So, yeah, that's in the mush. So that's play on.
Yeah, but this guy's offside now, though.
So he was in front. Then he kicks it through. Plays at the ball. Believe it's going to be no try. And how's the halves gone by going so far?
Well, he almost drops us anyway, doesn't he, on the line?
But it didn't look like a safe put down. Commentators are saying he's a bit unlucky to get smacked in the face and then not get the try for it.
They end up conceding a penalty for it, basically, or setting up to concede a penalty. But
Tiariki has said who is winning at the moment? The Warriors. 8-0. They've scored 2 tries. 10. They haven't been able to score 10. Them. Oh, they've got 10. Scoreboard has not updated for us. It's only got 8. Didn't give them credit for one, I guess.
Unbelievable. All right.
And congrats on 22K subscribers.
The Warriors are still getting stuffed.
Even by a virtual scoreboard.
Right.
And how's the halves combo going? At the moment, I'd say the halves. Is that 7 and 9 or 7 and 6?
7 and 6.
7 and 6. I thought it was. Metcalf and Martin. They've been going all right. We've seen quite a bit of Lusick as well getting involved in that role.
Yeah.
So it seems to be that might be the plan of having him be the ringleader, the ringmaster, and then have, oh no, what's happened there? He's just taken out. But cynical, isn't it?
Yeah. They're certainly keener to go a lot more to the left than what they are at the right at the moment to Montoya's wing.
Short ball. Wrestled down to the ground was Ali. And also it's 10 to score. Oh, there we go. It's updated now. Little kick to behind. This is going to be dangerous. Charlie Staines just watches that one go into touch.
Yeah, he judged that pretty well. Just kicked towards the sideline there and bounced down in goal. So, yeah, and I got the bit of the off break on it and the way it went.
Bounce of the rugby ball, eh? Can't trust it.
Can't trust it.
Ask your dad if he remembers JJ Evan from Good Times.
What are we talking now? Sport?
I don't know if it might be a TV show or something.
Good Times. No.
I've got about 10 hours of editing in front of me. Say something motivating.
Give it death, son. Give it death.
Okay, there you go. That'll do. Give it death.
Yeah.
Good. It's good tackle from the Tigers. And also I can see the score on my phone. Says Linda, so it was a little bit slow updating, but it has gone up in the end. Tigers trying to change that 0 at the moment.
He's a big unit, that number 8, isn't he, for the Tigers?
You want to try and say his name? Old Stefano?
Yeah.
Yep. Wakeham again. Goes off to Riley. Taken down again by our big man.
Our big man.
I want to see number 8s run at each other. Although I think that might not be too flash for either. Almost straight through. Reaches down. Right. Was that too late for him to put that ball down? He might have just... It depends on how long they consider it to take, I guess. Good evening, you walking tripod, says Chad.
Yeah, tackle short.
Hello. I don't know where I get these nicknames from.
What'd you get?
The walking tripod.
Who is?
Me, apparently. I was talking about those Warriors shorts earlier on. So if that was the case, probably shouldn't wear them. Yes, says Andre, and that'll work. Dad, see your team. There's Distracted Sports. Super Friday Rugby. Yes, it is. Tomorrow, Crusaders versus Highlanders. It's happening 30 minutes south, and I'm very keen.
That hour of the day, it'll be an hour south. Right.
And also, who almost ran straight through, I believe, was that Seyfarth again? Might have been. I think it was Seyfarth. Was it number 23 or number...
Simpkin.
Simpkin.
Simpkin. Yep.
Run again.
Yep.
Tumith. 10 out. 20 minutes into this game already.
I used to be a huge fan of the Tigers when I was a young fella.
Yeah?
Yep. The Blocker Roach days. Paul Cernan, he was one of my favourite rugby league players. Benny Elias, he was sort of the equivalent of a Sean Fitzpatrick in the rugby. Just one of those annoying players, but actually quite good, but annoying. They sort of changed the old striking for the ball and the tackle rule because of Benny Elias, because he was actually a master at it.
Oh, Tigers 10 out. Little grubber just goes dead. Oh, he's hit his head on the rail, and old mate's just decided he's a part of WWE. Wicket.
Right.
Steve Smith. How many down now? 5 for 120?
No, they haven't got that many.
No.
No.
That's the India-Australia. We are actually doing the final session. 109 for 5.
Wow, I was going to say 110, but it's close.
Yeah, that will be the final session starting at 10 a.m. No, 10 p.m., sorry.
Yep, back in the day, Balmain Tigers used to have a Balmain Tigers sweatshirt.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, he got some speed going. Here he goes.
That's a great run.
Big man. He's actually,
interchange.
I was going to say he's off the interchange there. Zuen. Now Luthic taken down. Good momentum, though, for the Warriors after that massive run. Just drove straight through. A nice inside ball, well taken down. Hamish, who's that? Says the Woken Games. This is my dad. He's been on a couple of live streams in the past. Does like himself a little bit of rugby league. Rub it in behind. It's a loose ball. Well picked up, though, from the Tigers again.
Just a little bit, got a little bit congested there for the kick through, and it just sort of cleaned up pretty easily, really. The Warriors didn't really get through to contest it, did they?
They're just
still keeping the pressure on them.
I've just mentioned on the commentary as well, it's a game that's been played at quite a frantic pace, isn't it? Like, there's hardly any stoppages.
But then they got 50 reserves, so they can afford to tire a couple out.
Yeah, this is about testing your gas tank, isn't it? See how long you can go for before your legs give out.
Burn your gas tank and then get subbed.
It's like what I used to think I'd do when I played any type of sport, except they wouldn't sub me off. So I'd be tired after 2 minutes.
The trouble is, though, they won't sub you before the anthems are played. They run onto the fields a long way.
Yes.
That's a good step.
Penalty. Again for the Warriors for a high tackle.
Too high. He must have nearly missed him.
He must have. Straight over the top of the head like that.
He's looking a bit confused.
Just for intent. Any standout player so far? I would say after Montoya dropped that first ball.
No. Is the bridge of the nose considered too high?
Depends how hard you tap it. You know, if you really whack into it, maybe. But if you only give it a slight glance.
No. Forearm to the bridge of the nose, that would almost be,
Be solid enough.
4-2, right?
Yeah,
this will be the only time in the season that the Warriors are ahead in the penalty count.
Oh, they've brought James on for that man with the hard name, the number 8.
Excellent.
The Tigers.
Excellent.
Short ball, nice work from R4.
That was a nice ball. Nice run too by that number 14. He looks not a bad player in just a little short period of time that he's been on there.
Inside ball, 2 off 4. But yeah, standout Montoya after dropping that first ball has looked a lot better.
Yep.
And also Williami, number 3 for the Warriors, seems to be getting involved.
He looks sharp.
Oh, Williami again. He just looks like a player, doesn't he? Like, he looks like he'd be a star.
Yep.
You know when some people just look like you've generically made them in a video game? And then other people look like you've spent a little bit more effort. You know, you put the tattoos and the tape and the sharp yellow boots. Beautiful inside ball.
That's a good tackle.
Oh, no, what's he done there?
Dropped it.
Unfortunately, just ended up coming free in the tackle.
That's a fantastic tackle.
Michael Seo. The inside ball seems to be the Warriors' weapon in this game.
Tell you what, there's some actually great league in that. There's a great move by the Warriors and then an equally great tackle.
And also WWE 2K23 will have war games. It will. The 2 rings rather than the one in a big cage. Me and Dad actually became a tag team on WWE 2K22 a while ago.
Hamish is good at it and I'm shite.
We won the titles though, didn't we?
I've never won a single match, but and Hamish wins the tag teams for us. My best move is get the hell out of the ring and stay out. Righto, Tigers have moved up to the halfway line, so getting a little bit of yardage here. But
good meters in those first 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that will be 5th and final, making 51. Ball put high. This might be contestable here. In fact, it's going to go straight into his hands, but no. How'd that? How'd that go to him?
I think the Tigers guy, it's either gone straight through him or he's just straight dropped it into the Warriors guy.
I think if you had a thingy of who's the player who's going to end up with the ball.
This guy here's strong too, the other centre.
Mm.
He's number 4.
That is Viliami Vailea.
Yeah, he's a strong runner. I'd like to see them put him in a little bit of space.
And actually, Ale's been going well. That's the number 10. There's not many players who have been going badly for the Warriors so far.
No.
Which is promising. Another short ball. Here they go again. Nice wide pass out into the hands of Montoya. Pace. Boom, boom. Jeez, he's just killed that man. Hope he's got life insurance. He's going to need it. Just drove over the top.
And run over him.
Wow. Tell you what.
Maybe one for the TAB odds.
Whoever took that on, I mean, fair play to the guy for deciding to stand there. But if you're not going to try and tackle him in the process, you're just going to get hurt.
Well, I don't think going high on him, just out from the line, is the way to do it.
Who was it? Was it Charlie Staines covering?
He's a biggish.
Oh,
yeah, no, it was. Yeah,
that'll be a smashed and bro, but a different kind of smashed and bro.
He's got to go low.
He didn't even wrap. He led like that. That was never going to work.
He's just led into him shoulder on shoulder. He's always going to lose that one. About now he's thinking that.
Fair play to him for getting up. Got hit pretty hard. Also, we have got there.
In fact, I'm not sure who actually tackled there.
There was more of an arm wrap from the ball carrier.
I think the ball carrier's buddy made more of a tackle attempt than buddy.
I mean, Galari tried afterwards, but I think he was just glad he wasn't that guy in front.
Yeah, no, he got down too.
And that's how you fire up.
Aye.
Paliacina, if I said that correctly, Paliacina was the man for the Warriors in the early 2000s. See, the earliest Warriors...
He was a prop, I think, wasn't he?
Was he?
I'm sure he was a prop.
See, my earliest
he
Warriors...
used to just charge, basically, and yeah, he took some stopping.
I feel like 2010 maybe was the first time I watched the Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember Manu Vatuvai was there.
Yep.
Sean Johnson, I think, was... Or Benji Marsh... Benji Marsh? No, Benji would have been just at the Tigers. I think that was maybe his first season there.
Oh, he's hit that hook again.
So 14-0 at the moment. Do you have any of the 12-man CDs? CDs.
Dick.
Everything's abbreviated nowadays, isn't it? So I just assumed it was that. Is your dad a Warriors fan? You want to be, don't you? But
I try to be.
It's just
but
hard.
They just frustrate me at times. Yeah.
It's a hard world out there, isn't it?
Aye.
Being a Warriors fan. My dad owns the Warriors big banner. This is our house fortress of faith. Says Te Ariki there. Another big run from Montoya. This time muscled up a little bit more by Pole.
Got him in numbers that time.
Got good acceleration off the mark.
Yeah, he was a prop that always broke through tackles. Yeah. He had quite a good burst of speed. And he used to just charge, basically. He used to work on the theory, I'm coming. If you can tackle me if you can, but I'm coming.
Lusick again. A couple extra meters. Roosters of Storm on Sunday. I haven't actually seen who's in either lineup, but I would assume that the Storm are resting a lot of players. So I would say to a certain extent the Roosters might have a decent crack. Because if you're going to beat the Storm, preseason's the time that normally that would happen.
Yeah.
And then they go into the regular season and normally smash the other side when it comes to it. But, here's a question. Unfortunately, he's been plagued with injuries. Ryan Papa... I always mess up his last name. Pappenhausen? Pappenhausen? It's not Papa.
You were doing all right the first time.
Pappenhausen. Is he going to be back at some stage this season? He should be, shouldn't he? And Brandon is playing. Okay. So they've got some big players in there, but it's always hard to tell with preseason.
Since March the 10th, 1995.
So that was before I was born.
Was too. Yep.
Scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As a game on Sky Sport. Yep, Sky Sport 4. That's where you can find this one. Benji Marshall played his last
it was only 2 meters forward.
Last rugby career for the Rabbitohs, and now he joined coaching staff for the Tigers.
Similar to what Stacey Jones did to the Warriors, basically.
And Ivan Cleary was a Warrior, says Ed Vogel. He was, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Because there were talks at one stage, like this was just rumour mill, of course, but people were saying that Nathan Cleary, if Ivan Cleary wasn't the coach of the Panthers, might have considered the Warriors. But that's only like a distant hearsay, isn't it? Now, Lusick, off to R4 again. Metcalf thought about sneaking through. Nice tackle made again by
hit the gap quite nicely there.
Tigers.
Here's the old Warriors putting some pressure on again.
Quick hands,
was
almost.
Too fast.
There wasn't a guy on the outside there. If there was one more, could have been useful.
It was. He's just put his foot on the line, you dork. So stay where you were.
And the Warriors, says Annie, and also Sup Average, welcome in. And very first game against the Broncos, says Teriki. And also, yes, he's back. Pappenhausen.
True.
It's going to be good to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He's always one of those players that when you watch him play, he just seems like he's a league above most other people, no pun intended. But he, like when he got that injury, were we watching that game? When he got injured, we were, weren't we?
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's a committed bloke. And if he's going to play, he's going to play with 100%. Unfortunately, that also extends to injuries. If he's going to injure himself, he's going to bloody rip something right off the bone.
You might as well do a good job.
Yeah. Will the Tigers score a try before halftime? I think there's a chance.
No.
Okay.
No.
No?
No. They'll score within the first 5 minutes of the second half, though.
That's a good call.
And they'll score their second try within 15 minutes. Ooh. There you go. There's a prediction.
Okay. 15 minutes from now or 15 from that first?
From halftime.
Okay.
Yep.
And no, they will not. And the Kiwi lads, good evening, gents. Welcome in, Nate. Hope you're doing well, mate. That rhymed. Nate's been playing a little bit of rugby league recently. Getting back into it.
Oh, okay.
Running's hard.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Chipped in behind there. A little bit of a half one, but it's gone straight into the hands of the Warriors. Nice spin for Tolpiki. That's some extra meters that he probably wouldn't have been expected to make. Getting them up to 20 out now. Still 8 minutes
left. That was a good run back, considering that he should have basically got smashed as soon as he caught the ball. Now they've won another penalty.
That's a lot of penalties against the Tigers in this first half.
They might be just doing a little bit tough, just trying to slow it down a bit.
Well,
that comes from getting those couple of bloody fast breaks and that, where it just keeps rolling on, and then all of a sudden Tigers felt they're under pressure a bit.
It's good distance on the kick as well. Extra 25, and this is our year, says Teriki. You're going to string the Ashes. That is the plan. The Ashes not too far away. So England versus Australia, always an exciting one. It sucks that it's in England only because time zones mean that it's going to be middle of the night. But like I'm used to staying up in the middle of the night, aren't I? It's been times where you've gotten up in the morning for work and I'm still about, which feels weird because then I sleep during the day.
Oh, that's Ford.
That was Ford. Well spotted. Any news on the Dolphin preseason results? I believe they play their first game. I'll get it back up on my phone.
No,
Dolphins, the new side in the NRL. They've added one.
Where are they from?
Sydney? No. Australia, anyway.
True.
But
Dolphins.
Yeah. Them. That was my dolphin impersonation. It would have been hard to tell. So, the information that I can pass on to you, Dad, is that the Dolphins, they will be playing their first game on the Sunday at 8 p.m. up against the Cowboys. Yeehaw. Intimidating, aren't they?
Sounds like American football.
Yeah, I wonder why they went for the Dolphin. Because when you think of intimidating animals, a dolphin's not one. Tigers, Sharks, Panthers.
That's a great ball.
Dolphin.
Great
Great
ball.
step as well.
Oh, that's an awesome tackle.
Brilliant work from Topiki to
Right.
make that low tackle.
They've got to shut this down now, though. No, got
Great
another
offload.
offload. They're getting the offloads now and getting the momentum going forward.
5 meters out.
Oh, one offload there, and that would have been all over.
Tigers, 4th tackle. In fact, it's the 5th and final. That's bouncing around. It sits up nicely.
6 again.
Oh, this is dangerous. 6 again for them. Benji Jr. gets that out
6
quickly.
again, 5 meters out. Oh,
Great tackle.
that's that twat that kicked it before, wasn't it? He's not big on passing.
Who's that? Number 22.
Hmm.
So that is, oh no.
Nopus.
Ngāti Kaura. But then that's the thing. Sometimes you think about it. Some of these guys think they've got to create massive moments to get time.
Yeah.
Whereas what really helps is assists.
Yeah.
When you're looking like you're going to help set up the team, that actually goes a lot better.
Making the right decision.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what gets you in the limelight. Not so much the score in the try, making the right decisions.
Now, once again, go short side. Oh, crawling. Referee wants to check this one. Jason Tomalolo will give them a nice welcoming. Thank you, boss. Says Nate Dan. This is England's here for the Ashes. Will Australia lose the series in India? Most likely, yeah. It looks like already the pitch is spinning about as much as a day 7 pitch would in Australia. What happens here? He drops his head.
Goes in low.
He's down. Where's the line? Where's the line? Still short, still short,
They're
still
short of the line
short.
there.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, but he's down though. I think he's still short.
Just short by half a smidgen. And Queensland-based team, Redcliffe Dolphins, few hours from Brisbane, I think, used to be the reserve grade.
So Queensland-based.
Go the Warriors. Says any short of the line. Going to be no try, but they got close.
But they get close.
Rabbits aren't intimidating. But Rabbitohs, have you ever seen a rabbit run? And also, have you seen how many ladies that rabbits get? You seen a rabbits game? They go for it, don't they? Dolphins.
You ever seen rabbits fighting?
No.
They kick the shit out of each other.
Do they?
Aye.
So maybe they are feisty little things.
Yeah. Aye.
They don't look so big, but...
No, yeah, they all look all sweet and cuddly and all the rest of it. They get their back legs going.
I was thinking a dolphin. I got it mixed up with a seahorse. Because either a dolphin or a seahorse, they actually have the babies. The male rather than the female.
Oh, I see horses.
Seahorses. And they just kind of them out, don't they? Not the act of making them, but the after the
some people have a little trouble with kids. Right, what are we doing here?
They spit out thousands though. Just seahorse.
Oh.
That's a loose ball. Like a magic
6 again.
trick. They're going to have to defend hard here because they've had a lot of time defending inside of their own 20-meter line. Dolphins are worse than rabbits, says Nissan. I think we can agree in terms of feistiness, yes. Dolphins are slippery. I guess that might be what they're going for. Staines almost through, Charlie Staines.
Good defense.
Brisbane Ponies.
3 in the tackle.
Ricky. Talau breaks through one tackle, runs sideways. Another leg drive. They're working. Oh, knock on. Massive.
Aye.
I don't know if they've got a captain's challenge in these preseason games either. But you wouldn't captain's challenge that. You've just dropped it.
You got to hang on to it, brother. Aye.
You tried to play it very early before he was even standing.
To play it before he even got up off the ground. So you stick it down in front of you, and then you drop it when you're trying to get up.
I heard New Zealand was flooded. Is it still flooded? North Island, there's still some regions that are very wet.
Yeah, and they're just about to cop another cyclone. So there'll be a few nervous people around, I think, especially building into the weekend. Sort of new weather pattern for New Zealand. We don't normally sort of cop this sort of cyclone traffic after, one after the other type thing. But certainly large lot of Auckland got flooded, which has disrupted a lot of things. And I think, unfortunately, they're just sort of starting to dry out a little bit, and they're going to cop another one. So,
See, I think they're supposed to have rugby there on Saturday.
yeah,
And you wonder how damp.
I don't know whether that'll happen, to be honest.
That's Ford. Yep. Are you doing live commentary of the cricket at UK 9 a.m? If that is 10 p.m. New Zealand time, then yes.
Yeah.
So an hour and 15 time, I am going to be doing the final session of India versus Australia. I don't think I'll ever guess.
No. That's just dumb. Oh, what'd you say? I wasn't listening. Sorry.
I said I don't know if I'll ever guessed for the cricket.
When?
10 p.m.
Tonight?
Yeah. India, Australia.
No.
Mate, you're dreaming.
Yeah.
You will be dreaming. You'll be sleeping, won't you?
I hope so. Someone's going to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I working tomorrow?
Don't know yet.
I won't be too late tonight.
Depends what time you get to bed.
Probably about 2.
2?
Yeah, not bad for me.
I might get something out of you tomorrow then.
The right-hand side. That's actually how our work discussions go. It's normally, are you going to be up before 4 p.m?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, well, you might be working.
All right.
Back off to the left. Short ball. Then we can go to the rugby. No maroon.
You'll be asleep.
Right, 1 minute left. The Warriors, it would be a shame to concede now.
Yeah, it would be actually. It would be a little bit heartbreaking for them because they have actually defended really well. It's gone to the air.
Wakeham goes high. Contesting. It's taken beautifully by the Tigers.
Taken clean, but taken in the tackle as well at the same time. So,
hand over. We stream it New Zealand versus England cricket. I'm hoping to. Yep. It's normally, depending on what other sports are taking place at the same time. In terms of Super Rugby, once that comes back, that will have slight priority over Test match cricket only during the time that it's on. But then other than that, we will be rolling into that. I actually heard today that it's already...
that's a big tackle.
It's already all sold out, New Zealand versus England Test matches.
Oh, over there? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's here.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Up in Wellington. I think
the Mason. I actually know someone who's going to that.
I do too.
Yeah.
We're going to be too short for our cricket team.
Same person, probably.
Does their last name start with B?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Do they have a son in my team?
Yeah.
Yep. They'll be on then. Right, just letting that run roll. Charlie Staines runs it dead. Half time, 14-0. Good half from the Warriors.
Well done, the Warriors.
And Storm was the new Broncos. And Roosters versus Rabbitohs is the best rival in the NRL. I love watching those two sides play.
Who's that?
The Roosters, Rabbitohs.
They
They always just seem to throw absolutely everything into it. Which competition you got very tired to because of the time zone difference? Oh, okay. So what competition in the past have I really been drained from doing? I would say, to be honest, like URC is not too bad because I'm used to doing so many streams at that stage. I would say that patch in December, actually, it might have been that patch in November when we had international rugby back to back to back to back to back. I think the first game was on at 1 a.m. And then after that, there was a 3:30 a.m. game, a 5:45 or whatever it was, a 7:30, and then a 9 a.m. game. Like that was also the day that I had played cricket.
You were just gasbagging the whole time.
I was. And the last live stream, which was one of the better matches, I think it was England, South Africa. And I actually had a little moment where I thought that I was asleep. Like I was kind of sitting there like this, just going, it's a bit... And I was struggling because that was the first time I had done like physical activity for
that was a boring
hours.
Shit game too, wasn't it?
It wasn't great for the first half, no. So that didn't help.
That didn't help.
But like, yeah,
what was that other game we did, everybody?
Oh, we did Ireland, Australia.
That's right.
And you left at half time, I think, because you're like, well, this has been utterly terrible, and it didn't get much better. In fact, did you stick around for
I stuck it out for the whole game. They scored right at the end, didn't they?
You left at half time, though, because you wanted a break from just watching it. Warriors have never won the wooden spoon, so that's great. That's the positive energy we want for the Warriors, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know what they say? There's a first time for everything.
No, they won't get it this year either.
And also, who do you think, or what do you think of the England Test cricket team? They've got some good players. I'm worried for them once Anderson and Broad both hang it up. But until then, it seems like Anderson's going to play till he's 57, so they'll be all right for that department. But like, it's also that one of no one's really playing well enough in the bowling department to take his spot, Jimmy Anderson.
No,
and yes, you could say it's because they're not getting much time, but it's also he's just still playing very well.
Well, it's a little bit the same as New Zealand, isn't it? We got Trent Bolt, Tim Southey, Neil Wagner.
Yeah.
They're all basically sort of going to finish about the same time. So now's the opportunity for someone to put their hand up. Matt Henry has a little bit. Yep. Jamison come onto the scene with a hiss and a roar, and then but he broke down.
Went real quiet, didn't he?
It's an opportunity. The opportunity's there to become the next Trent Bolt, Tim Southey combination. And once you're in, you've got a better chance of staying in.
Yeah. I feel like that's one thing that I enjoy with New Zealand more than a team like India, just as an example. India, you have one bad game, you're about 100th in their list.
Yep.
They go, nah,
moving on.
Never again.
Yeah.
Whereas you play like 10 good games, they're like, okay, you're not bad. Then you have 2 bad games, out. Bye. See you later. Did you watch the BBL final? I honestly think Heat won that one. They were unlucky, the Brisbane Heat, but they did well to get to that final. And I think that probably made a lot of Brisbane supporters happy. The fact that they lost Chris Lynn and then the next season after they lost him, they went on and did pretty well. You wonder whether or not he was maybe 1 or 2 years past his prime and holding them back to a certain extent.
Whether they were just relying on him too much.
And with him being out of form, he was just not doing it.
With that mental side of it, if Chris Lynn fails, how are we going to win the game now? But, you just got to have someone else put their hand up.
Are we watching Rabbits cricket or Warriors versus West Tigers? Currently, we're at half-time at the moment. So we're seeing some nice tries scored by the Warriors. They've got the 3. They're actually 14-0 up, which is something they really have. But the second half still exists. And we did see a lot more attack from the Tigers in that last 10 minutes.
Yep.
So that makes you wonder, are the Warriors starting to tire a little bit? Is there some cracks trying to slowly form? Bob, that's that massive bump off Charlie Staines. He'll be getting sent that like 50 times on social media, won't he?
Yeah.
And also we got there, Brandon says, Annie, and also up Brandon. And good start, the Warriors. Says Nate. Yeah, they've done very well.
They have at this stage.
Who have they got next week? I'll quickly have a Google with that. I want to, in fact, without even knowing, you want to have a guess at who they play next week? Random stab in the dark.
St. George Dragons.
Okay, I'll go. We play the Rabbitohs. And the answer is, it hasn't loaded yet. We play the Storm. We're both wrong.
I was going to say that, but that's shit.
It's actually a 2:50 p.m. start on Sunday.
Good.
You mean good? Does that mean you don't have to watch it?
I'll be doing something else, yeah.
Strategic.
I hate the Storm.
Yeah, the Melbourne Storm. I thought it was only because of, what's his face, Cameron Smith.
And a few others, but
Billy Slater, was he?
Yeah. Once you get a dislike for a team,
Jonathan Thurston.
It's very, very hard to, buddy. Roosters, never used to like them.
Do you like them now?
St. George, they were the most boring team out.
Because Mum was a fan of the Roosters.
Yeah, Mum was a fan of the Roosters because Hugh McGann, ex-Kiwi captain. He used to play for them. So that's why Mum was a fan of them.
See, I quite like them because of James Tedesco. But I feel like other than him, it's hard to think of too many. Sonny Bill used to play for him. I remember when he did that slip over the dead ball. I remember that one. And that a classic one. What's he up to now?
Sonny Bill?
Yeah, got knocked out by Mark Hunt. He hasn't done anything since that I know of.
Been sleeping since.
Well, you would be. Mark Hunt's, he hits like a bloody freight train, doesn't he?
Pop.
Speaking of hitting like a freight train, see Francis Ngannou left the UFC.
Has he?
Yeah, agreements weren't going the way that they wanted it to.
Ah.
He was saying, "Nah, Dana."
So he got the shits and left.
Yep.
Oh,
He's a big free agent, literally big.
back to a 9-to-5 job for him?
Nah, I think he's going to try boxing. Playing influencer boxing around at the moment.
Excellent.
Get paid multi-millions to sit some poor fella down and then go on his way.
Get beat up by someone else. That's the story.
Hello, bro. Says good. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing well. 14-0 at the moment. Line breaks, 3 for the Warriors, 2 for the Tigers, and tackle bust. That's quite a stat. 15 for the Warriors compared to the 7 of the Tigers.
I think the Tigers have missed about 15 tackles to 7, I think. So that's making a big difference. But the Tigers are getting more offloads. And certainly at the end of that half, those couple of 3 offloads made them a lot of ground. So I think they'll keep trying that a bit more in the second half.
And good on you, bro. I'm doing very well. Finished cricket training, which is why we didn't do the first session of the India versus Australia test match, but we will be doing the final session of it at 10 p.m., which is in an hour and 5 minutes time. So I have about a 10-minute break in between this second half and the next one. Now, this is a shame. The Māori All-Stars, were you going to sneeze?
I was.
Yeah, the Māori All-Stars versus Indigenous All-Stars. The sad thing about it is it's on at the same time as I'm going to be playing cricket. Unless it rains, which it has the last 5 weekends. So we haven't actually been playing much. But if it does rain, I'll be doing that game. If it doesn't rain, sadly, we won't be able to do it live. So it does start at 5:45. But we've got plenty more. I want to do a lot more of the NRL this year than I did last year. Last year, I believe we did about 6 matches over on the Kiwi Lads Sport. We're doing them on the main channel this year, seeing as we did do the Rugby League World Cup on this channel. So it does make sense to continue that on. Do you have cricket tomorrow? Not tomorrow, but the next day. We will be playing up against Timaru Boys Blue, which is another side very similar to what we played in that first GoPro video that I did upload a while ago. And I think Warriors 29-10, Hamish, says Kurt. Okay, so a few more tries for the Warriors then, if that's the case. Although getting up to 29, that would mean that they've taken a drop kick or something like that. Field goal at the end just to seal the deal.
Just to seal the deal.
Yeah, I do expect the Tigers try at some point soon. Just with the way that they were finishing that half, unless the opposite effect is going to happen, which is they've gassed themselves out and they start doubting themselves of if they can actually get over that line.
No, I think I'll get a bit of a wake-up call at halftime and they'll come out. They just need to be slightly more clinical and just stop giving away those couple of silly penalties, couple of silly drop balls.
Yeah.
I think this game will open up a bit later on. So
points flowing.
Yeah. So all the Warriors have got to do is make sure that they start the flowing process, because then they'll at least be one ahead.
Are you going to like the Sevens game? Which Sevens are we talking, Annie? I know that there are Sevens. Not this weekend or next weekend, but the weekend after, I believe, is when we got the Sevens back. We will be doing all the Sevens that is coming up. It's going to be a very hectic one when we've got 7 Super Rugby NRL and then also the test matches. You might have to do a couple live streams without me.
Nah.
You're mumsy, eh?
Yeah, really.
Although with the setup we've got currently, that might not work because I would be just there and you guys would be here.
And it's very hard to shut you up.
Yeah, I don't stop talking. Warriors going to hold the Tigers, says TMK. An all good boss started in them 6s while I'm out, Hamish. The thing is, my bowling has improved, luckily. But I think that's just because I hadn't bowled for 7 years. And then to go back into bowling, it does take a little bit more. Still bowling leg spin. Getting a bit of rip on the ball.
Getting a bit of rip.
And I mentioned to my dad earlier on today as well, I think out of everyone at training, I was probably hitting the ball the nicest, just because everyone else was trying to overhit it. It's just, you got to glide it.
A mistake by schoolboy cricket. Or not schoolboy, but amateur cricket.
Yeah.
You all think the harder you swing, the better you hit it, but not really.
Yeah, Andrews, he actually said that I would probably be opening, and I was like, nah, I'm good. So I think I'm going to be betting maybe 3 or 5, somewhere around there, just because I don't like opening. I find that opening I get in my own head rather than I'm not concentrated on what's going on in the game. I'm just concentrated on nothing, pretty much.
Right.
Like, I'm more concentrated on going and counting how many balls I've faced and what's happening. No, say Shoaly. Does that mean something? I'm not very hip, TMK. I thought it said shithole the Tigers for a start, but it doesn't. I'm watching cricket on Foxtel, India versus Australia, pitch looking red. Now 5 out. Australia bat first day. Yes, I've seen that Kawaja and Warner both went out for 1.
Yep.
And in fact, 5 balls faced, 3 balls faced, not exactly the start they were after. And that's correct too, so says DMK. All right, second half just about to get underway. The Warriors.
Doesn't look to be a lot of bounce in that pitch over in India.
No. Flat as a pancake.
Just looking at the early ones. Bit of spin, but yeah, very little bounce, very little carry through.
Yeah.
I'm
interested to know how the Australians bowl on it. Someone like a Pat Cummins, who normally is line and length and it carries beautifully.
Yeah, no.
So
I don't think it'll hum through.
Yeah, big boy. Got the mullet as well.
Yeah,
that's actually
number 22. Right, second half.
A haircut that a lot of people wanted me to go with.
Well, the mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can you show the game too? Sadly, due to licensing, if we show any match footage or audio, they take us straight down off YouTube. But depending on what country you're in, if you're in Australia, it's on KO. If you're in New Zealand, it's on Sky. And you can actually get yourself a free trial for both of those. Although I would highly recommend waiting till the season starts before getting your free trial. Just because as much as you want to see the preseason games, the highlights will be on YouTube afterwards. But you want to make sure you get in that first week of the NRL, don't you?
Yeah.
And also, Hamish, who gunned it? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Did I answer that correctly? 57 metres gained
We'll go with that, eh?
by the Tigers.
Yeah, good yardage.
In fact, they've changed it down to 45 now. NRL on Foxtel. Oh, so Foxtel might be free to air. And I'm waiting for the season or so, says
Great
DMK.
take, but the second man's come in and forced him over the sideline.
Tigers getting a lot more territory.
That'd be half debatable, actually. I'd say that the tackle was almost completed before that guy came in, but you watch this.
Right.
Catches it clean. This guy makes a tackle. Yeah.
Okay. The commentators agree with you.
I think that's the first call of the season that's gone poorly against the Warriors, and it must have been a shite call because the Tigers have coughed it up in sympathy first up.
They've been very nice, haven't they?
First tackle up, they've gone, that was a terrible call against the Warriors. Here, you have the ball back.
Straight through.
To be fair, if you're going to throw it over the guy's shoulder, he's not going to have much chance of catching it, is he, if he's charging onto it?
28-4 to the Warriors. And also, it's how you're doing. Yes, you did. So I answered good. So nailed it.
Right.
There you go. I am Afrikaan.
Well done.
Yo lekker ding. That means you good thing.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Or will this be the only game the Warriors win? Runs and hides. Well,
that's a good run by the Warriors, man, there.
Hopefully not. Because, of course, preseason, I actually said this last week, I believe, when I was talking to someone. I was like, preseason Warriors probably will win both of their games, but it's what they do from there. Short ball. Good meters again from the Warriors. Did either of you play? Or you just like the game? Did you ever play rugby league?
No.
Just rugby union?
Yep.
I used to always...
wasn't a lot of rugby league in our era, or in our area. You would have had to go to Timaru, basically, to play league sort of later on when I was playing sort of adult rugby. Kids side of it, and then I don't even think there was rugby league in Timaru.
Did you ever play Helds at school?
Helds?
I think that's what Maxie called it.
No,
how you pretty much you tackle and then you roll it back and it's like 5 tackles each. Pretty much league, but no.
No, we just play rugby.
They played a lot of rugby league when I was at school. I used to ref because I seemed to be the only one who knew the rules. So I ended up having to referee all the games, which I don't mind because I didn't get smashed.
Yeah.
I still remember the game where one of the local plumbers now, his name starts with B, ends with air,
Oh, yeah.
ended up breaking his arm
Oh,
because he fell on it awkwardly.
that can happen.
And then George thought he was joking and went over and just like touched his arm, as George would. But yeah, so that was unfortunate.
Ah.
I'm making a bet, but I need your advice. Stormers versus Bulls. What type of advice we talking, Carl? And what kind of percentage we cutting into? You know? If we're going to give you bad advice, we at least should get paid for it. Take it down there nicely.
Connor's a bit worried that you're not doing 5 sports at once.
Oh,
big break by the Warriors.
Nice break from the Warriors. He goes himself.
Done. Try time.
That was strategic from Luke Metcalf, and it's worked out for him. Warriors score again.
He had 4 people in support, 1 man to beat. And he said, yeah, you watch those 4 guys while I run around you.
And also Australia versus India prediction. Why no stream? We have got the stream coming up later on tonight, Connor, at 10 p.m. Yeah. So in 55 minutes. The reason I didn't stream the whole of India versus Australia was pretty much straight down to the fact that the first session I had cricket training. So I felt like instead of starting on session 2, I might as well start on session 3. Then by then we've seen a little bit of how the pitch is going to play and got a little bit more info to work with rather than me having to try and play catch up of what I learned in that first session in the 5 minutes before we went live for the second. But I think India are going to do well in the first test because the pitch looks nice for them.
10-41. Aye. Give you a hard man. Aye. Hard man to keep going.
I feel like the hardest part of him is probably like his knees and those calves to be able to still play at 41 consistently. Because that's normally the first thing that goes, isn't it? It's either the knees or the back as well. Once the back goes, you're kind of screwed. You can always get a new knee. You can't really get a new back, can you?
No, they're hard to come by.
Can't make much of a comeback with them. Yeah, 10 rand to make 300. What's that bet? Surely that's not just for a team to win, is it? But 10 rand is $1 New Zealand.
Yeah.
To make $30.
30 to 1.
That kick's gone over. Warriors now 20 points to 0.
Must be a huge underdog somewhere along the line.
Yeah, or a multi-leaguer. Possibly might be the case. Like they've just said, there's only one assistant coach that the Warriors held on to. Everyone else is new.
Yep.
So, could be hope. They'll be pretty happy with this first performance, although you never know.
We've had that before, though. The Warriors network seems to be very, very hard on coaches. We get coaches in there and top-level coaches. They come into the Warriors setup and all the rest of it, and they obviously have big ideas and everything goes good for a few weeks. And then eventually the Warriors just wear them down.
It's great. I'm picking Stormers just because. Wait, so is that just for them to win? Because surely the Stormers would go in as favourites for that game and only be paying like for 10 rand, maybe like 30 rand rather than 300. Everyone know Warriors was playing today. Score is not surprising, says the Snooze. And their first preseason game. Not part of the regular season, we should mention. So scores may differ when we do get started up in 3 weeks' time. By then we'll have you in a Warriors full kit, won't we?
No.
No?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Okay. I think I'll get you one eventually. I've talked about it with Mum because I was like, hey, Mum, you want a Warriors kit? And you know what she said? She said, no.
I can't repeat it on there.
Because, like, it won't be worth anything. So, she brutal lady. But then...
She's just watched them before, unfortunately.
Yeah, she has. She's been there. Your prediction on Redcliffe Dolphins making the top 8 this year. It will be tough for them. It's like adding any new side to a competition. Sometimes they can go brilliantly and other times they do flop a little bit. Sorry, I'm lying. It's 100 rand to win with, and a bonus point. Oh, that's a cool bet. They don't actually have that over here. Nice take from Montoya, driving the legs. Tackle well by Scolari. Now short side. Good meters.
That's a great run.
Just smart from Martin. Saw it. Went, yeah, that'll do.
Snuck down the blind, made an easy 15 odd meters. By the time anybody realised what was going on.
And cheer to the Hawke's Bay. Says DMK there. No, really says Inda there as well.
Your mum once told the Warriors players to get out of the way so that she could watch the TV, watch the cricket at a pub in Christchurch.
This sounds like she's very brutal, doesn't it? She's very nice, isn't she?
No, they were in the way. We were watching Australia versus the West Indies.
Oh yeah, that's a good match back in the day.
They'd played a pre-season game at Christchurch, Lancaster Park, at the old Lancaster Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd actually played awful, to be honest.
Big bump off.
So they come into this bar that we were drinking at, watching the cricket later on at night, thinking that they were actually quite good when they'd played so poorly, and we'd seen them play so poorly. And your mum asked them to kindly get out of the way of the TV so that we could carry on watching the cricket.
Oh, nice run.
That was way back in the very, very early days of Stacey Jones. So that's back a while now. But
to the left. High kick from Martin. Didn't get as much distance on it, but I think he was trying to slap that out to the next guy. That's a knock on, isn't it?
That's been knocked on about 3 times in the process, I think. So the Warriors will get another crack at this.
Your thoughts on the All Blacks? I think the World Cup's going to be an interesting one, and I've said this the whole way through because I've said about Ian Foster in terms of everyone's going, we're getting rid of him. And then I always throw it back and say, what if we win the World Cup? Then what? Do they then sack Foster after being a victorious World Cup winner? Or do New Zealand Rugby do something silly and lock him in for 10 years or something, like some massive amount? And, sorry, you two are on the game, says Inda.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's a scenario that we'll actually have to worry about, Hamish.
No. It's a tough side of the draw.
I don't. Unfortunately, I don't believe that the All Blacks will win the World Cup.
Short ball again.
And that's a terrible thing to say.
No, Roach.
But I think the reality is, unless something dramatic changes this year, I don't think the All Blacks have got the team to do it.
They can get this one wide. Metcalf.
Right on.
Here we go. Into the corner. Montoya through again, puts it down. But yes, he's an absolute freight train down the wing. But every time he scored, Williami has just found the ball to him exactly when he needed to.
He just steps back in. He's just stepping back into the defenders. They've got they'll cotton on to that.
Unlike some wingers who go corner every day of the week, don't they? And then they get driven out. But he goes, okay, we'll go back and land. See how we go. I mean, most of the All-Stars Māori team is full of Warriors players, says Te Ariki there. And I had the MRI today. They are very noisy, very claustrophobic, do not recommend. Did you get to wear Did you get to wear the headphones, Noff Mum? The ones that they talk to you in? Because I remember, you end up with the headphones, don't you? And they kind of, you feel like you're on like some sort of plane, but also in a capsule at the same time. Hopefully it all went smoothly for you.
And you're sitting there lying as still as you can. They go, don't move. You're sitting there thinking, which part of me was moving? I have to breathe. Don't move. What?
And this is still half time. No, we are up to 50 minutes through, and the Warriors got themselves another try. Martin Crowe and Richard Hadley are all-time favourites in cricket, says DMK, and only we're still winning. Are we looking good? I agree with your dad about the World Cup, sadly. Yeah, the earplugs was still noisy. Yeah, you still hear like the
the hum.
You kind of get the like that kind of thing. And then they slowly move you, so you're sitting there, and then you just kind of go.
Sounds like you've been fired through a printer. Shuffle forward a bit, and then don't move. Yeah, okay.
And we're off the radar. All eyes are Ireland and French right now. No pressure on the ABs.
Yeah, quite possibly. We'll lose a couple of games during the season this year and all the rest of it and that, then we may be the little dark horse that sneaks in. But I think I'll always be watching us just for...
Ooh, it's gone over. He gets that natural hook, doesn't he?
He's getting enough practice at it, though, isn't he? Jonathan Thurston.
Yeah, he's a hooker.
He's a hooker from way back.
Sounds bad calling him a hooker, but they know what
he scored a lot of points hooker.
And no mistakes, boys. No room for errors, says Te Ariki. And good morning from Gloucester, England. Shay Dad, how's it going, mate? Says Ollie Wilson. Doing very well. and back to NRL preseason. And don't worry, since we're in preseason, we're a lot more casual with what we talk about. But when it gets to the season, there will be a lot more NRL chat as well.
Yeah.
So it's just because we're still in preseason, a lot of people aren't in the NRL mood yet.
Well, we're still in cricket season, to be fair.
Cricket's still going on.
At least in England, it'll be winter, won't it?
Yeah, it will be. Mount By says in there. See you later.
So they're at least in the right seasons.
52 minutes in at the moment. The Warriors going off to the side. Lusick. Charges forward nicely. The Warriors 26-0 up.
Yeah.
At the moment. This is a great start. But it's whether or not they can replicate that up against the Storm next week. Oh, big shot near the halfway line. Now Lusick. James has gone off the field and safe half. Made his way out there. Scolari off and Matamio is his way out there. And also the captain for the Tigers back out on the park. Hamish knock. Oh no, Hamish's dad knock.
Who's that? Should I get the door?
No, should be all right. It could be George, no. Even when George is on stream, he ends up outside.
It was George, we'll leave him out there.
Tigers in possession. Lusick was already on the field, wasn't he? They've just said that he came on for Roach. 53 through. And the Tigers, like they've said, they just need points. Any form of point, just to try to give them some sort of confidence. You know?
Just to give them a little lift.
Second half possession. They've actually only had 34% of the possession, which is the opposite of what we thought might happen.
Yes.
Although they've had more
territory. Got that wrong, didn't we? The Warriors scored in the first 5 minutes. And then they scored again in the 15 minutes. We just had the wrong jersey on.
Another big carry.
That felt
penalty.
That felt a bit high. It looked a bit high.
And call them the 0. Says there's no 0 Hamish. Says Ollie there. And also we have got there. Yanlu said, "Hi Hamish, can you please send me after stream a photo of Kohli if you have time?" Says Yanlu. I'm sure if you go online and just type in Virat Kohli India, you'll probably be able to find the exact same photo that I've got in that thumbnail, if not a better one. And Hamish, just seen your betting video. You are bad. This means great in South Africa. I know it doesn't mean great in South Africa, Connor. I've been around too much Afrikaans to know that that means something completely different. It was not my best performance, but I think since then, I'm actually glad that I batted that way. Because ever since that game, my net sessions have been a lot more aggressive in the way that I'm playing. Not even like attacking in the air, but they've just been a lot more less willing to just let ball after ball go by and looking for chances of getting either runs or boundaries. So I feel like if I hadn't had that bad innings and I had scored 15 off 50, I would have still batted in a similar fashion. But because I had that, I feel like it's actually going to improve my game. You know?
Yeah. It does the same on the Xbox. Pisses around.
Yeah, but that's because we play test match on the Xbox.
Test matches. You know? Block. Aye. Get a bit of baseball going and hit the bloody thing.
Tigers back in position. We shot again. Will you do a stream playing WWE 2K22? Probably not. I would assume. I've realized that Ollie's knock joke is still going on. It's Hamish old grandpa is the Hamish who, Hamish old grandpa. That's the punchline.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Ollie, we missed that one.
A big run. Ireland versus France prediction. It's going to be a good game. I think after seeing the first performances, Ireland look like they should have the better fixture. But France, I feel like after playing badly, they'll be of that mindset that they have to go out and play an absolute blinder now.
A little bit like England.
Huh? Yeah, they've got Italy next, which could be interesting.
Yeah, because Italy didn't go that bad. Oh, they lost anyway. But
yeah, but a game that a lot of people picked them to lose by 30, they lost by 4.
They had a crack, yeah. Right. Tigers are getting a little bit of go forward now. Starting to pick up the odd penalty.
Ooh. Should mention running meters over 1,000 for the Warriors, whereas only just over 800 for the Tigers, as we currently sit. Considered the offload, and they did have a lot more in that first half, 7 compared to the 3. Play it again. Inside ball from the Tigers, number 7. Another offload, another one, and they score the Tigers. That offload seems to be the thing that will be helping them in the future, but it will be the number 16 trade Penny.
Just opens things up, doesn't it?
Because that was about 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That was just quick. Bang, 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 getting it through. No room for error, boys, says Teariki. Has the NRL started already? We are still in summer, says Stephen. Yeah, they're starting early, but this is just preseason. The actual NRL season will start in
3 weeks.
3 weeks' time, 21 days.
When it's still summer.
Yeah. And a week after Super Rugby has started.
Yeah.
We know the Chiefs playing, and who's number 14 this year? Ooh, not sure about their number 14, but they have got a game this weekend up against Moana Pacifica, I believe, in a warm-up fixture.
Chiefs preseason.
Yeah. So we're going to see quite a bit of preseason stuff going on. You're going to do a live England versus New Zealand Test match vlog? Sadly, can't. The game's already sold out. And it's sold out everywhere. I might possibly, if I am lucky, be going to Highlanders Crusaders preseason game tomorrow. Maybe. But I tried to organise for me, George, and Daniel to go. They're both now working. Isaac's up in Christchurch, so he won't be going. Not sure if you're going yet. He might be working.
Just getting tougher and tougher.
Mum doesn't seem like she's going to be able to go. So if I end up going, I'm probably going to have to go solo. All by myself. It's gone over. So now the Tigers sitting 26-6 down. The comeback's on.
Well, this will be a test of the Warriors' mettle now, because effectively the Tigers are going to get a little bit of a lift by this, and a little bit of momentum shift. So the Warriors are going to get stuck in here and just get that momentum back again, because once the momentum starts going against you, sometimes it's bloody hard to stop it.
And like Obi said, they can still lose from here. Trust me, that's a Warrior supporter who's been through it before.
Yeah, again and again.
So they need 4 more tries, theoretically, to be able to get into the league. Some converted, some don't have to be. So 4 tries in 22 minutes.
Well, they only need 2 tries and it's game on.
And here comes the 20 points, says Teariki. Charging up hard.
That's a big run back.
It's a huge run from the Tigers, but it's just showing the intent, isn't it?
They're right, though. The rugby's head in the dirt, though, because that'll make them feel better.
And what's the purpose of preseason game? We're talking rugby union or rugby league. These ones are also considered as trial matches. So it's for the players who don't normally get the chance to play in their side, or new players to get gelled with the team a little bit more, just so that you're not going straight into your first game of the season looking lost.
Yeah.
And then preseason for Super Rugby, kind of same thing, testing out combinations.
Same thing, basically. Yeah. It's pretty much, well, they're getting some good yardage here. It's pretty much, 26-man squad?
Now, that's going to be a penalty going the way of Warriors. Yeah, I think both sides have about 26, 25.
24, 25 players. So it's basically an opportunity to test everybody that's sort of floating around in the fringe in the squad.
See which one of your rookies are going to really step up.
Yeah.
Super Rugby is dead. I don't know about dead. I feel like...
Is Captain's Challenge here, or is she just checking?
Captain's Challenge.
So that answers the question from earlier.
I feel like in terms of what I've been told recently, a lot of people more hyped for Super Rugby than past years for this one because of Moana Pacifica and Fiji and draw, of course, getting added into competition recently. Makes it exciting, but I guess I find it so entertaining because I know every single one of the players. So
that's stripped penalty.
Strip penalty to Tigers?
Yep.
Okay. So that will give them some more momentum.
Yep.
And as to get the body condition for the season. Because like you said earlier on, preseason, like hitting up against your teammates can only do so much. It's once you get into a real match, you get a little bit more of that adrenaline as well if you take a big hit or you give one. And it's how you deal with that that normally determines how you're going to go in a game. And also for the New Zealand Warriors, will Arsenal win the league? I haven't actually been keeping up with the Premier League, to be honest. I wanted to do some streams on it, but just never got round to it. Seeing as they are also on in the middle of the night. And, yeah, I already lack sleep, so doing another late night live stream might kill me.
Right.
Big run from
there we go. Tigers 10 metres out. Pressure time for the Warriors.
Big run. Number 20, close. Held up. He's short on his back as well.
Yep.
Thinks about turning over just to try and A little bit closer, short ball, great defense. Wasn't no, he's been run over. He's got him flattened.
That's a good try.
I think Lusick was the man who got smashed there. Tickets free to attend pre-season matches, given that they are glorified training session by the sounds of it. For these ones, no. If you're a member, I think you might get free tickets for this matchup. But like they don't normally do free pre-season games because they are still full-length games, and they play them like they are matches. Like pre-season, it sounds, when you think of pre-season for like a regular team, you think of, oh, yeah, no one's really going to be trying. It's just going to be a light session. But no, these guys go out there because they want to win the game.
But it's basically 2 trials.
You
know, so it's still high-intensity rugby, basically, or high-intensity league, because effectively you're playing for a season position. So you can't afford to let your opposition guy on the other side get one over you, because otherwise they've got it over you for the season. So,
so the likes of Highlanders Crusaders, that game's $30 for a ticket, which it's a bit high.
Aye,
but
robbery. What's that rubbish?
I think that might come with a special program.
Jeez,
which is probably worth like $5 or $10.
Aye.
Jeez, that guy got crushed up against the post, didn't he, Lusick?
Yeah.
Just got smacked and then smacked again. Hamish, here comes the 29 points. It's getting closer, I'll be honest. It's not looking good at the moment. They've got all momentum.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I think it's free for membership. Yeah.
Didn't take them too long to get that one, so.
Yeah, only 3 minutes.
Yeah, right.
So now they need 3 tries in 20 minutes. That's starting to get a little bit easier, you'd
like
think.
I said, they only need 2.
And it just lets you know what you're in for this season. The unexpected says the snooze. Right. Kicked off long.
They've got to hold the Tigers down here. They can't let them get 60, 70 metres and then give away a penalty like they did last time. So
Jackson 4 back on. Oh, Montoya off. It's going to be for going.
Oh, yeah. Going to give him a wee spell.
Who we backing, boys, says Randall. Well, that's the thing. We're both from New Zealand. We both know what can happen to the Warriors at times, but I think we're still saying they can win this game.
We're still going to back the Warriors.
From here anyway.
Yeah.
But they certainly needed those 2 quick fire tries they got at the start of the second half.
Kicked early, 40-20.
Oh, it's a 40-20. This is going to be a tricky one now.
Bang, bang.
Warriors kits are going to be on special already.
That's a great play.
And Stacey here was a part of the 95 team along with Joe Vagana. That sounds familiar. I think he's off the bench. Isaiah Vagana. Is he his boy?
Could be.
Vagana's not a very popular name, I wouldn't think.
Oh, no, there's a few of them around.
Is he?
Yeah.
They're close to the line again.
Yep.
2 minutes out.
Yep.
Here come the Tigers.
Here come the Tigers.
For another crack at the line. Inside ball, good low tackle, another offload. Risky this time, though, and it doesn't pay off.
Dumb.
The Warriors get onto it.
Aye.
Yeah, that could be costly.
Aye, it's all about making the right decisions, or just flicking the ball out randomly to no one when you're 2 meters out from the goal line is not the right decision.
Auckland, spelt without the U, is now onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
So Warriors are literally dropping everyone now.
Right. Warriors got out of jail there.
They were lucky.
No, they were very lucky.
And also preseason rugby tickets for Super Rugby go at $30. How much for a regular? I don't think it's much more than like stock standard for any seat at the grounds. I think it's probably like 40, 50. To be honest, they're probably charging almost as much for preseason as they are for regular, but I think that's because
I think yeah.
They've got quite a bit planned around it as well, I think, in terms of maybe meeting the players and whatnot, I want to say.
Pass. No, I haven't even looked into it, to be perfectly honest.
No.
Still cricket season.
I might still go down there.
Oh.
I'll wear a suit and tie. Do some interviews.
Could be hot. Could be hot.
Charlie Staines tackled. 30 metres out from their line at the moment here. That clock's going a little bit quicker, though. It's already up to 63 minutes. They need to finish this set, though. Oh, it was past. He almost had to dive for it, but it's picked up beautifully. Acceleration, breaking through.
He's gone.
And that is going to be the try.
He's gone.
Viliami Vailea has scored.
That's two really, really costly, dumb mistakes by the Tigers.
The drop ball. See, that's the thing. The Warriors at the start of the game had a couple similar to that, but they didn't get punished for it. Whereas the Warriors now, anytime the Tigers make the mistake, they've been clinical. And that could be the match-winning try.
That could be, actually.
Just a little bit too far out in front of him, but still should have been taken.
Oh, they threw him a slip catch, basically. And then, of course, because he was on the ground trying to catch it,
20 years old.
Wow.
21 in November. He's got a bright future. The Warriors' prices are expensive nowadays. Foxtel, the best seat in the house, says Blues Nate. And did Charlie Staines get a try or any good things? He's had a couple decent moments in this game. He also got run over, unfortunately, but I think a majority of people would have in that scenario. But, hasn't scored at this stage, but there's still tries on the board maybe for the Tigers later on. Capitalising seems good. Says this news.
He missed that tackle, but to be fair, he was beaten anyway.
Yeah.
It was only a throw the arm, try an ankle tackle.
What's this haircut? It's a shocking one. And he's had a shocking kick as well.
It looks like he kicked it into a force 10 gale. It's almost come back to him. Right.
Vailea.
Well,
7 last year, they've just said. And thank God for free commentary from Hamish. He's my superhero, says Stephen there. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I feel like a majority of the time, like, of course, people do have the games that they're watching along with the commentary, but sometimes, people don't have the game and they just listen to us, which is, it's a weird, it puts pressure on, you're supposed to.
They can beat the Storm.
You think they can beat the Storm?
I reckon they can too. The Warriors have sort of been the Storm's sort of half-by bogey team. Long way along the line. Even when the Warriors have been playing bad in that, they tend to upset the Storm. Whether the Storm take them a little bit easy or something like that, I don't know. But
I still remember the game we sat down together to watch the Warriors play the Melbourne Storm. The Anzac Day Test match. Wasn't that a brilliant one? What was the end score? 70-something nil.
I was going to say, who batted first? Yeah, it was full of hope, wasn't it?
We both, before the game, we were like, right, you want to watch it? Yeah, go on. Here we go.
Yeah, if ever they're going to play well, this will be it. Aye, for the Anzacs and all the rest of it. Wow. Aye, thanks very much. I think the Storm batted first. 70 for none.
Tie now from the Warriors.
It's probably the last game we watched of the Warriors, wasn't it? Oh,
for a while.
You might have watched another one, but it'll be a while before I watched another one.
Off to the right-hand side. See, that's the thing. My brain keeps on telling me rugby union, so anytime someone gets caught there, I'm like, because I'm used to saying high shot, but this they're like, no, it's all right. Forehead's the
bridge of the nose.
The one you're aiming for. Tigers, 14 minutes to get 3 more tries. All converted would take us to golden point, or would they just call it a draw? I'd like to think they'd go golden point. It'd be interesting anyway.
Would be.
I see that now. Kapau on the field, that is for Hill, and Tupou on the field, that is for Faletti. Nice spin and great low tackle from Charlie Staines. Hands on to him well.
They haven't got a fullback.
The Warriors
I think he's sprinting back there now.
I think he likes being on that right wing side, doesn't he, Charlie Staines? And he spent a lot of his time playing number 2 for the Panthers.
Okay.
So maybe that's just reflex.
Probably a natural position for him.
Good drive with the legs. The Warriors forwards. Around the side, Lusick. Now back across, short ball. Going towards the defence. A fire is actually off again for the Warriors. Wait, he only just, unless they're repeating the subs, maybe they're getting confused. Just pressing all the buttons. That's taken nicely. They didn't expect him to get that. Final one.
Unfortunately, you don't get much of a reward for catching it clean, do you?
No, not in that scenario.
Because you basically sort of get cleaned up in the tackle straight away anyway. So you can see why they try and bat it back sometimes.
And Richard has got it now in all caps. He obviously didn't realise we answered it the first time. Did Charlie Staines get a try or a good run or hit? So first answer, no, he hasn't got a try. He has not really run the ball too much, and he got smashed earlier on, but he's made a couple good low tackles.
Yeah.
To answer your question for the second time,
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah, Montoya run over him big time for his second try.
But he did well to get up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because some players would have stayed down.
Gone, that'll do me. Time.
Now fourth for the Tigers. They've got numbers here. Here's Charlie Staines. Trying to step, but taken down immediately.
Got shut down pretty quickly there. Got one around the neck for his trouble.
51 metres out now. Kicked him behind. And Oslo Lotus should probably go back to the Panthers, says Richard. Although it will take him a little bit of time to get used to his new side or just play wing. I think wing's a good option for him, to be honest. Because it's similar. I know that people don't like when we go off the NRL topic, but rugby union, we've seen what happens when the All Blacks play all those guys in the back line out of position. Really hurts them. You don't see it as much in rugby league. Normally, if you're a position, you're that, and you might have a secondary. A nice one from Fakula. But I would say I like him on the wing, Charlie Staines. He's a try-scorer machine when he's out there. I remember the game that he played in front of his home crowd, and all of his friends were in the front row. And he just ended up scoring try after try after try. And our son's a staunch Panthers fan. Q says Tiariki. And also first says the snooze.
That's a good take.
You can learn from the 5'8". Now, Tigers. Gee, see, that's my union mindset. I go, oh, yeah, that's a red. But it's not. It's just a tickle in this. 10 minutes left on the clock. Time slowly pulling away here.
Warriors just shutting them down a wee bit here and keeping them pinned down.
Also, do you boys...
Great tackle. Oh, leaving penalty, though, offside.
Like
Up too quick.
Do you boys think this year our boys can get results? Every year, I like to think that they'll get into the top 8. And every year lately, they seem to just not do well. But you know what? This year, from what we've seen in preseason, I want to say they might do all right, but the fact that they conceded those tries in quick succession still concerns me. That when momentum's not going their way, they don't know how to stop the opposition.
Fair, the Tigers have done some dumb things that have let them in, all the rest of it. But
so we'll say to be confirmed, but hopefully in the top 10 at this stage.
I'm going to throw it out there and say they're going to go top 8. There you go. Big prediction.
That's forward.
Yeah,
unfortunately, from the Tigers again, we can beat the Storm. Says Teoriki, injuries free. Says Nate, good start for the new Warriors coach.
Yeah, injuries free will be the big thing.
Sucker is coming on the field. That's a fun name to say. Probably said it wrong, but straight away thought of Booker T. You think the same thing?
I was just about to say that. What's up, Sucker? Oh, there's the Warriors making some great yardage now.
25 out.
And
I've got... Oh, what happened? Okay, don't push the marker. Don't walk forward. There's some very clear...
Yeah. Just stealing an extra 5. Just stealing an extra 5.
Back up to the feet. 20 metres out, and they're up to their third tackle now, going off to the left-hand side. That was a miscommunication, but it still worked out. Well picked up by Vailea, the latest try scorer. And also we have got there, how's Papa Lee been? Haven't heard his name in a while. To be honest, we've hardly said Papa Lee, have we? And is that because he's not?
Is he in this game?
Someone mentioned him earlier on, but I don't think he's playing in this match, unfortunately. So that's why we haven't had his name try for the Warriors again. And that will be the number 18, Moala Graham Tolfa, who does end up scoring it. And the discipline needs more to reflect a better scoreboard in the preseason, says the Snooze. And we need to remember the Tigers, they have given away a lot of penalties as well.
Yeah.
So
they've
they've
certainly kept the Warriors in it, you know, but they did prove that the Warriors were a little bit vulnerable when they scored those 2 quick tries in succession. But from there, they've sort of cocked it up each time, haven't they? Which has sort of given the ball back to the Warriors.
Nice skip pass from Auckland as well there.
It'll be a good test for them next week against the Storm because the Storm are quite clinical, but he's sort of trying to get those extra sets of 6 again, isn't it? With their kicking game. So,
and whereas Uppy, I believe they're resting a lot of their big players, but also someone made a good point earlier on, which is some of these guys for the Warriors that aren't playing are going to be playing for the Māori All-Stars. In the upcoming matchup up against the Indigenous All-Stars. That is actually
so
2
they'll
days.
get another run too, of course,
So that's why we're seeing a lot of those main guys that some people feel should be in there missing. It's not because they don't want to play or they aren't playing them because they don't want to play them. It's just more, they got more. Oh, that's nice.
That worked.
Bit of a banana kick.
Right, so number 4 can kick goals too.
He's been impressive, Vilea.
Yeah.
The backs look solid. Can the forwards back it up in the season, though?
Yeah, well, that's the test, isn't it? You got to match up in the forward packs, and then your backs can do what they need to. But league's all about going forward. You've got to get those hard yards up the front. The team that wins the hard yard battle, backs get to do what they want, basically.
Wayne Bennett was a great coach for the Brisbane Ponies. Says Te Riki. All right, staying on side. That's the last thing you want to give away here, isn't it? The one for being in front of the kicker.
No, I don't think they even do that, do they?
Sometimes.
What?
If you get unlucky, if you're the Warriors, they'd do it.
You'd have to be a long way out in front on your own, I think, before they pull them up.
The Warriors, 6 minutes left in the contest, still doing well. Had that little rough patch around, what was it, about
20 to go.
55 to 65 minutes, that little patch there. Didn't quite go the Warriors' way, but other than that,
they just forgot their way a wee bit. But
moving up to halfway now. And Ollie Oldman, yes, says Reed, and then Lee loves Barbie dolls. That's what Ollie says.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Extensive collection, I'm sure. On high, nicely taken by the Tigers. Oh, here's a question. 5 minutes left. Either side score. You think there's one more in some? Oh, it's a big shot, but he's just bumped off and still running forward. Oh, and he's just dislocated this guy's shoulder almost.
2 Warriors guys tackled each other there. I think one of them's come out of a crook arm. Where did he go?
Interception. Vilea, I should say, gets his double. One of the Tigers men wanted to celebrate with him there.
I think he secretly wanted to push him into that fence at the end.
Yeah, that might cause some problems, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's how the fight started.
Second try, Vilea. Yep. Just read it early.
Yeah.
It was obvious that was where it was going, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was pretty well set up, basically. There was sort of no intent from the Tigers there. They were just shoveling the ball, weren't they?
And 80 minutes plus when it is full time. Yeah, that scoreboard. Oh, it's just gone down to 75. It had 89 minutes there just before.
Oh, okay.
That was a little bit
close. 75 and a half gone.
Okay, with the faith, win or lose, it says Te Riki. Should we make a thingy or a deal of some sort, which is something along the lines of if the Warriors win, I want to say 3, but I think we'll go 5. If they win 5 games in a row, will you get a Warriors kit?
What? No.
No?
No.
Not even for 5 in a row?
No. Look at them. They're ridiculous looking shirts.
They don't work with a green screen either because of that green strip.
They haven't even got a bloody collar.
What about a polo shirt for the Warriors then instead? 5 in a row? It's pretty good. It might have a top 5 here.
If they make the top 8, we might.
Okay.
For the playoffs.
That will jinx them. And bro, Mr. School, I want to swap job, Midgie. Says Nate there. Yeah, he's worked it out now, though, 76. Although he hasn't updated it for the extra conversion. Is that?
Yeah, he is. Yep.
It's not raining, is it? No. Looked a little bit dark, but that's because it's night time. And one job, my guy, just once his Nate. It's kicked long.
Right, 4 minutes to go.
Masivalangi? Some of these names will take a little bit of getting used to, won't they?
They will take a bit of getting used to.
It's like all things. As you warm up to them more, you get used to saying them. Whereas when you haven't said them for like 5 months, they feel weird.
As the season goes on, you'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Will you be joining me for any more NRL throughout the season, do you think?
Hard to say.
Okay. He drives a hard bargain. And also Australia 174 for 8 at the end of the second session. Will you cover third session? Okay. That is the plan. Yep. I see that the laptop's not charging, but we should have enough charge to be able to get through the last 3 minutes. But I didn't turn the switch on to actually start charging it. It's likely this wasn't a longer match. This will be in trouble. Oh, charge down by the Tigers.
And you got it back too.
Okay, charge down, then a second touch. There was a knock on.
Unlucky.
But yeah, we are planning on doing the third session. I am, anyway.
Refs had a pretty good game. Wow.
Oh, yeah, unlucky. It just got stuck in his stomach region, didn't it?
And the second one was after that.
He almost dropped it a third time, too.
He was having a bit of trouble.
And 30 years, thank you. Yeah, 30-point difference. I'll be happy enough with that. That's 6 or 5 converted tries.
Yeah.
I reckon one more try for the mighty Warriors. And thank you for being here. Like always, Mr. Scoreboard, enjoying Kiwi Lads vibes.
As long as they don't suddenly think they're invincible because they scored 40 points.
How many times have we seen sides go from big scores?
Because that's when they get a 40-point hide next week.
Now, once again, the Warriors back across. Nice bit of stepping from Ben Farr.
The Warriors have actually got better at moving the ball on the back line as the bloody game's gone on, haven't they?
Those short passes as well have been very handy for them. Laban.
That's a good strong run.
5 meters out. The Warriors with 1 minute 30. Round the side. Short ball. Thrown it to the big man. He's in again. That'll do quite nicely. Another drive for the Kiwis. Who's it going to end up being? Number 24, I think.
That's what it looks like.
But I could be wrong. Where is he? Show us your back, mate.
Solomon.
Is it?
Yep.
Turn around, Solomon. Yeah, it looks like it's either 14 or 24, isn't it?
24.
It is 24?
Yep.
So that is
Vasu
Valangi.
That's it.
Nicely done. I reckon one more try for the Mighty Warriors. Well, they've got that one. Solomon Valangi. Nicely done. One try tonight. Now 1 minute 20 remaining. Oh, here's a question for you. Man of the match, who you going with?
Wow.
I think it's between probably 3.
Yep.
Do let us know, ladies and gentlemen, as well, who you would have as your man of the match. Would you like to know my 3?
I've got 4.
You got 4.
Okay. 10.
Oh, the numbers. So you got Tom Ali. You've got Viliami Vailea.
Yeah.
Does Montoya get a mention?
Yeah, he probably does, but
I think I'm giving it to Vailami Vailea. 2 tries helped set up a but Vilima or Viliami set up a couple too, didn't he? So he was my other honourable mention. There's a man with a shoe off. Loving it. Hope the Warriors don't run out of gas and lose like they typically do. Well, at this stage, they have got 45 seconds left.
They've only got to last for a minute. Oh, no. He's just played himself out of the bloody man of the match thing.
Who was that? Was that our number 4?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, he should have caught that.
Oh,
flying missile there from
number 15. Right, 20 seconds. Tigers will throw everything at this.
They might as well.
It's getting dark there, isn't it?
Looks like it.
I wonder how good the lights are at Mount Smart Stadium.
Probably not super
great.
Super marvellous, but...
Right, I think this is going to be the last phase. Maybe one more finishing on a big hit, but I heard a whistle. No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Right, final one. They won't have time to play it. And the Warriors victorious in
Solid
their
effort.
first pre-season game, 48 points to 12. Hammy says the Snooze in there as well. Right.
Solid effort.
Now we wait till next week and see whether or not they can replicate that up against the Melbourne Storm.
That'll be a test of how the season's going to go for the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And nonetheless, hope you guys did enjoy this live stream with the two of us. We are hopefully going to have more in the future. I just have to sign some more checks, get the cash out. She'll be right. The big guns haven't played yet, says Gordon. That is true. We don't know how some of these other sides are going to be playing. Storm have got their game coming up later on. Not tonight, but over the weekend. So we'll get to see what they've got in their arsenal. Either way, though, I think it's going to be...
defending champs? Who are defending champs?
The Panthers.
Panthers?
Yep, they made it 2 in a row. Up against the Rabbitohs in the final, I believe it was.
It could have been 2, actually. Yep.
So I remember, what's his face? Corey. Is it Corey? No. I can see the guy. Cody Walker? No. Corey Walker? No. Who's the guy? Who's the guy I'm thinking of who's in the Rabbitohs, who's very experienced and was unlucky? Someone's going to say his name straight away, but I can't think of it at the moment. Man, he looks like Brian Tyler. You know, Tyler, the Panthers winger? Could be his brother. Bring on the Storm, and thank you for the wake up on the preseason, says the Snooze, and good win, and go the Sharks, says the Instar. And the big statement, says the Snooze. But what we will be doing, ladies and gentlemen, next is we are going to be having our matchup taking place between India and Australia. We're actually doing some test match cricket. That guy edits. Just something very much, mate. Hugely appreciated. We've got plenty more coming of the preseason. We may even have a game tomorrow night, and then maybe sometime over the weekend, although you're away this weekend, aren't you?
Sam Walker.
Sam Walker. Was it Sam Walker? I'm going to have to Google his face.
Right.
Because I want to say that his name was Cody. But it might not have been.
Well, the Cody covered in tattoos, man, isn't there?
Rabbit
That's the one you're thinking of.
Toes, Cody. Is it Cody Walker? It's loading. Yeah. Cody Walker.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Right.
I believe, anyway.
Cool.
Sorted. Oh, well, thank you all very much for tuning in. Be sure to stick around. Our next live stream is only in about 9 minutes' time for the matchup between India and Australia. Final test match.
Excellent.
Session of day one. We are also still going to be probably talking about a little bit of NRL in there, union, all sorts of sports. Be sure to check that out. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more NRL and all sorts in the future. Thank you once again for coming on.
Right.
And I will see you all
I'm done.
for the next one.